share with these baby blue eyes, eh?
The internet being obsessed with appearance has never been more prevalent than in the way that Barry Keoghan has been treated. For someone only 3 years ago being praised for his looks and personality is now being ridiculed for those very same things. And yes, some of the things are kind of funny. I'll always stand by making fun of people with blue eyes. Imagine being made fun of for your eyes. It'd be me. But some of the comments are just horrible. And I want to find out why the internet turned on Barry Keoghan. Saltburn came out in 2023, which brought a specific set of fans, i.e. those who thought he was a little bit freaky, but also kind of a little cutie as well. I was reading through the comments that were on the interview he did with Jacob Elordi, comments such as these, and compared to the comments made now, it's like you're talking about a completely different person. This was also around the same time he started dating Sabrina Carpenter, which again brought a specific fan, those being Sabrina Carpenter fans, and I think it was a mix of these two things that kind of blew him up within the Gen Z sphere. You know, a generation renowned for its lack of empathy and general meanness. I think we do have some kind of good traits, but I think being a prick is like the main one. And I was a fan of Barry pre-Saltburn, and I think that's what differentiates between the fan turned hater and the genuine fans. Being aware of Barry from, I don't know, Killing of a Sacred Deer compared to Saltburn is very different. Like, yes, they're both freaky characters, but Martin is genuinely unsettling and creepy and should only be allowed to eat penne. And there's being a fan of an actor for their looks, and there's being a fan of an actor for their acting, and one is significantly more important than the other. I'm a big fan of Sabrina Carpenter, and when she started dating Barry, I was like, yippee, because I'm a fan of both. And now that they've broke up, I am still a fan of both. However, some people are adding that to the list of why we should all hate Barry Keoghan. And I get, you know, being kind of protective of your favourite celebrity, especially of other people being like mean about them. But hey, leave the guy alone. Another example I can think of is the Taylor Swift-Jake Gyllenhaal relationship, and, you know, everybody's attacking Jake, something that happened years ago. But again, it is the Swifties, and they're fucking mental. You do anything other than worship the gal, and everybody, you've got a gun to your head. But that doesn't mean you should rip the guy to shreds just because he broke up with your favourite singer. You know, you're looking at him through your Sabrina Carpenter tinted glasses. Of course, you're going to have biases. However, having a bias does not make you comment insanely cruel things about the guy's appearance. Just being an asshole makes you do that. I personally think Barry has always looked the way he does. And yes, he may have had some work done, and people get very weird when celebrities get work done, specifically male celebrities. I'm thinking of Jim Carrey. Everybody's like, he's wearing another man's skin, and it's like, oh my god, no he's not, or that's a whole nother man. It's like, no, I think that's just Jim, and he just got himself less wrinkles. Move on. What's worse is that it's the same people that bigged him up then that are tearing him down now. And if making fun of his appearance isn't enough, they're making fun of his personality, saying he's arrogant and cocky. And I saw a specific comment saying somebody lied to him several times and said he was hot. Yeah, you. The amount of like videos I've seen of Barry then versus Barry now, and they're like, oh no, we've lost our sexy Irish prince, and now we've ended up with someone's aunt. He is a phenomenal actor that at one point was told who was on the same looks level as Jacob Elordi. Okay, there's gonna be some ego there. Also, I think as an actor you have to have a little bit of ego. You know, you're the guy that's like, look at me, look at me, look at me, I gotta be in this film, I gotta be in this film, you gotta book me for everything. I am the best and I should be in this role. Look at me. You know, there's a little of I'm the GOAT inbuilt in you, I think, as a celebrity. Not even just an actor, just any kind of celebrity. Also, the majority of the hate is on TikTok, which are shorter clips, and I think a lot of the things he says can be taken out of context, or, you know, something he said as a joke. You take it out, it looks like he's being serious about it. Also, putting the weird creepy music over pictures of him, also, that doesn't help. I think putting weird creepy music over anybody is gonna make you go, that guy's a bit freaky. I also think the haircut is doing a lot of the heavy lifting here in the looks department. It's not a, I don't think that's not a personal choice. He's doing it for a role of Ringo Starr. Okay? Ringo Starr, peace and love, not a conventionally attractive man, and he's trying to look like said man. Of course he's gonna look a little kinda freaky. Also having a haircut like that, not gonna suit anybody. If anything, he doesn't look that bad. Kind of pulling it off. Jacob Elordi with that haircut, you're gonna think he's fucking rolling. There's a clip where I think he's on the radio and he's wearing a hat with the hair, and he takes the hat off and it looks like it's like, because the hair looks so stupid, it looks like the hair should come off with the hat, and I think that'll be kind of funny. And he's just bald the whole time. It's a wig the whole time. Then will you wear wigs? Would people prefer that? Would you prefer Barry to be bald than have that huge mop? Would that fix your opinion of him, or would you think is worse? Comment down below. I watched a lot of interviews in preparation for this video, and he seems like a genuinely funny and sweet little guy. I think this interview is the one where he's the most authentic. Also, right at the start, he's talking about looks, and although this came out like a few years ago, what he says couldn't be more relevant. And yes, he says he's not really bothered by it too much and has thick skin, but I don't know, the stuff that's going on now, he says it gets to him a little bit, like, and it's 10 times worse now. I just hope he's doing okay.
Some of the comments on my appearance is completely different and absolutely disgusting. The stuff I read. Just
about
saying.
Your appearance?
Yeah, just saying. But
I've only read positive.
It's quite nice that you're able to point that out and that. Where were we? Weird looking. Unique.
I didn't say that.
No, I'm only messing. No, I'm saying.
No, but I felt like I touched on something real there. Like, do you feel like you get trolled? Like, are you getting?
Well, yeah,
you get shit for people.
I mean, everyone kind of does, don't they, on the internet, and it's you're worse for going on and looking. I don't know. It's a sad way, you know what I mean, to kind of pick someone's appearance apart, and you know, and especially on this TikTok as well, and. You know, people can sit there and make videos and be like, I don't like his face. He looks weird or he looks evil, and you know, and just pick you apart.
Really?
And I think that's you know, it's just, I don't know. Again, I shouldn't be on the internet, but I'm a young lad who's curious and I want to know what's been said. And
Louis gives the advice to stop looking at the comments, and I very much hope he took that on, because oh boy, if it was feeling it back then, he's definitely feeling it now. And I also read somewhere, can't remember where, so it could be a load of bollocks, but he deleted Instagram because of hate. Don't know if that was regarding appearance or anything else, but you know, it shows he is a person too. And there's always the argument of like, oh, they're celebrities, they have everything, blah blah blah, but like, they're also people and it's just mean being mean. But my advice to anyone who is a Barry Keoghan hater, just give this podcast a little listen. You will see he's actually quite a nice guy, and you know, his come up into the industry is very unique and inspiring. You know, everybody hates nepo babies, and he is the antithesis of this. He also brings out a tiny little wolf, which is freaking sick. All in all, you're allowed to be ugly at work. I do it every day. Barry isn't even ugly, okay? He's just not conventionally attractive, and people are just losing their minds about it. And also his tendency to play freaky characters also doesn't help his case very much. I'm hoping that the recent release of the Peaky Blinders film might help him a little bit. He looks kind of cool in that. If we ignore the accent, he was great in it. So we should stop dogging on people for their looks. I think it's mean, it's cruel, and shouldn't be a thing. So in the words of Barry's next big role, peace and love, and like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Kisses.
You know, a movie comes out and people can just really judge you and pick you apart online, and sometimes that does, it hits a little, and it's very it's just sad to see people I like that, and yeah.